Cut day, baby. Let's get it.
Michael Vick at BetUS.com. Catch an incredible 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits, plus 10% gambler's insurance. BetUS, my online sportsbook and casino.
Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building, man. Y'all know what time it is. Welcome to the latest installment of Coffee and Convo. I am your host, Graphk Raider, man. Salute real quick to our proud sponsor, BetUS. This live stream is powered by BetUS, fastest payouts in the industry. Head over to BetUS. The link will be in the description. Also, it will be in the comment section pinned. Go over there, get 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits for up to $2,000. Once again, salute to our proud sponsors over at BetUS. Salute to the greatest chat in YouTube history. My people, man, make sure you guys wipe them feet, meaning hit them thumbs up. Also, hit that subscribe button. If you guys have not hit that subscribe button yet, we are on our way to 30,000, and we cannot do that without you guys. And salute to the already almost 300 people in the building. Whether you're watching on Twitter or YouTube, it doesn't matter, man. Just make sure you get them thumbs up, man, and make sure you jump over here and hit that subscribe button. A lot to talk about today. Insane, man. Cut day is upon us, you guys. And there's a few surprising cuts that have already taken place. We're going to talk about that here shortly. I'm going to give everybody an update on where we are in terms of trimming the fat and getting to our 53-man roster. I believe we're 20 plus away right now from hitting that 53 markers, like 25, a little bit over 25 plus to get to that 53 man. And there's a few casualties here, you guys, and I'm actually shocked. And we're going to go over that here in a second. Salute to the Mokes on the first super of the day. Bradley, a.k.a. the Seaman Demon, told Peterman, I'll show you the real Peterman. Bang, zoom. Bang, zoom. Salute to the Mokes. For those who didn't get an opportunity to see it, Carter Bradley has officially been cut. Also, Nathan Peterman has officially been cut as well. It looks like we will be carrying 2 quarterbacks into the regular season unless there is a surprise cut from other organizations. DTR did make the active roster, I believe, in Cleveland, you guys. So there's a lot of rumors and rumblings of them potentially moving on from J-Mo or Tyler Huntley, a former Pro Bowler from last season, Baltimore Raven. So some names to keep an eye on. I see Arizona cut Desmond Ridder. I don't want anything to do with that. But it's going to be interesting if we pick up another quarterback, but I do not believe we will. We probably will carry 2 going into the season. Won't be shocked, though, if Carter Bradley comes back on the practice squad. I'm actually thinking that that's going to happen. I think that's the plan for Carter Bradley to drop to the practice squad so they can hold on to him and develop him a little bit. So salute the show low man. Been hearing Rice might get cut. Would you sign him? Be an interesting name, right? Kind of full circle kind of moment. I know his dad played for the Niners the majority of his, career, but he did make it to a Super Bowl as a Raider, played really well for us. 7th round pick. There's a reason for that, Sholo man, but definitely something to monitor. But instead of Brandon Rice, look, Noah Brown was just cut from the Texans. I believe he had like 3 or 4 touchdowns for him last year. He had over 500 yards receiving. That receiving group is deep in Houston, man. Like deep. I'm hearing things about them even potentially moving on from John Mechie III, which would be absolutely insane. Former 2nd round guy to Alabama. So That'll be interesting. But Noah Brown, that's a name to keep an eye on moving forward, man. A guy that, has already gotten it done at the NFL level. So, but I think that they like our wide receiver room. I think that they're pretty cool with what we got with, with Tay and Jacoby, Trey Tucker, DJ Turner. I think Christian Wilkinson will probably, I don't know, has Wilkinson been cut yet, you guys? I wouldn't be shocked. I would not be shocked. I still have him making this roster, but a slew of these guys that I had making the active 3 have already been cut. You know what I mean? So Charles Snowden was just let go. Hoping somehow, some way he can clear, put him on a practice squad. Jaden Grant, baller for us, in preseason, has been officially let go. But I've been told that is another guy that they hope falls to the practice squad so they can hold on to and hopefully develop as well, the young UDFA. So, but yeah, man, the list of players up to this point, you guys, Jaden Grant is officially been cut. Charles Snowden, Carter Bradley, Nathan Peterman, Sam Webb cut. So it looks like we will be looking elsewhere for some corner help. Phelan Sanford, UDFA DB. Yesterday, a few names were also let go. Terrell Bynum, wide receiver. Marquand McCall, defensive lineman, thought he could be that potential backup nose tackle to John Jenkins. Didn't work out. He was let go. Surprising, a guy that me and Wasted had as a surprising candidate to make the active 53, Will Governor was let go. And I know for sure this is a player that they hope clears, waivers so we can put him back on the practice squad. A name to keep an eye on, Will Governor. He was let go. Noah Shannon, defensive tackle. Defensive end, Ron Stone, another guy that I thought could be maybe a surprising guy to make the practice squad. He was let go. Maybe he does make it back to the practice squad. TJ Franklin, defensive end out of Oregon, was waived as well. And then cornerback Rashad Williams, he was waived, the Texas Tech UDFA as well. So up to this point, those are the guys that have been let go. It is cut day, you guys. There's going to be a lot more names. We will be active all day long. This is not going to be my only live. I'll probably end up doing another one here in a few hours. And then we have the AFC West Roundtable tonight, where I know we'll talk about these cuts as well. So a lot of content going on today. So stay tuned for that. Salute to everybody here in the building. As always, man, wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up. Yeah, man. Hey, Noah Brown is nice. He is nice. But they have a deep wide receiver room out there with Diggs and Tank Dell. They have a phenomenal wide receiving group over there in Houston, man. So actually a shocker to see Noah Brown let go. Get your questions in, you guys. Let's have some fun. Carter Bradley, I think, was a good cut. I mean, he wasn't going to make the active roster by any means, but, I think most people would have thought that he was going to potentially get cut and make the practice squad. I know a lot of people like what he did in preseason, especially the last game, threw the ball pretty effectively for us against the 49ers. Didn't get to throw the football at all against the Minnesota Vikings. Then we got a chance to see him a little bit against the Dallas Cowboys. This is going to be a guy that will probably fall to the practice squad. They liked his arm talent. He can make all the throws, the measurables. They like that as well. Young UDFA out of South Alabama. I wouldn't be shocked if he ends up on the practice squad as well. A guy that they can develop slowly but surely. Salute to CJ Garcia on the $5 holler. If you were the Raiders, would you take a chance on Jameis Winston? I would, but I don't think that we're going to carry 3 quarterbacks. And also, realistically, Garcia, think about this. We already have our gunslinger in Minshew. That's what Winston is as well. Yeah, he'll give you a lot of touchdowns. He'll throw a lot of picks. And it's just another quarterback too. You know what I mean? So you have 3 quarterback twos on the roster with him, Minshew, and Aiden O'Connell. So I don't think it happens. He'll probably go to another QB needy team that can use a backup and spot starter. I don't think that Jameis Winston will be a Raider, but he's definitely a leader in that locker room. A great teammate. People around the NFL always brag about how much J-Mo is such a great teammate, but I wouldn't take a flyer, but he will get a job elsewhere. He's too talented to not do so. Salute to Rick Glenn as well. Has anyone cut from other teams that you could get? It's still a waiting game. I'm waiting for those corners to be cut here soon. Darnay Holmes, another name to keep an eye on. Rick Glenn, who has a lot of familiarity with Antonio Pierce. The Giants just cut him, so I wouldn't be shocked if we take a look at him. But I'm still waiting to see some of these other talents that get cut from the respective organizations. But Noah Brown would be an interesting name if the Raiders want to look at adding some wide receiver depth, if they don't believe in the end of that room, the end of that group. But I don't think that's, to be honest, I don't think it's a possibility. I think he'll land with potentially the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's other wide receiver needy teams out there that can use his services. The Commanders, they just moved on from Jahan Dotson. I can see them picking him up, but not up to this point. But definitely keep an eye on and monitor what's going on today, Rick. Definitely. But I'm looking at the corner group. That's what I'm looking at the most right now. We can use another corner or two to form this roster going into week 1 at SoFi Stadium. Salute to my guy, Rick Glenn. Ty, I don't think that's going to happen, brother. I don't. He's a veteran. He's been there, done that, former Pro Bowler. Just moving to guard and he'll be okay. Just moving to guard, he'll be all right. Definitely not at tackle, though. Another guy to mention is Terrace Marshall, another wide receiver that just never really panned out with the Carolina Panthers. That's a name to monitor as well. He was just let go by them. Never really got a chance to get it going. Their O-line was bad. Their quarterback play was bad. I liked him a lot at the collegiate level at LSU. Another name to keep an eye on. Me personally, I would love to add him, but I don't think that we're going to add another wide receiver. I believe that they like what we have with that group. The Cleveland Browns just let him go. It just hasn't panned out. 1 year, Terrence. He's only been there for a year, and they already cut him. He didn't really fit what they had going on out there. He struggled last year. That's an interesting name to keep an eye on, the defensive tackle, the nose out there in Cleveland that was just let go. We just moved on from McCall. I don't know if Nesta J makes this roster. I believe now with McCall out of here, Nesta J has an opportunity to potentially make this roster. But that is definitely a name to keep an eye on. Former third-round pick out of from the Cleveland Browns. Definitely. King, yes. C.J. Henderson, another former first-round pick, right? Former first-round pick was just cut as well from the Texans. Another deep group out there in Houston. Keep an eye on Jeff Okudah as well. He may be cut here soon. I'm hearing a lot of rumblings out here in Texas that they may potentially move on from Okudah, the former Ohio State corner also. But definitely a name to keep an eye on, Kingpin. C.J. Henderson hasn't really panned out in the NFL, but he's still really young. Him and potentially Jeff Okudah, some names to monitor at the cornerback position. Yeah, Houston's nasty. Yes. Another name to keep an eye on. He hasn't played a ton of football, though. I don't know if we would take a look at him. And I'm drawing a blank here, you guys. Caleb Farley, I believe. Farley hasn't played a ton of football. Really hasn't panned out either. Elite at the NFL level. If you're going to go get someone in free agency after these cuts, if you want to bring someone in, bring in a proven commodity. I don't want to go take a look at, C.J. Henderson has struggled in the NFL. Jeff Okudah looked okay that year he played for Atlanta. Then he just went over to Houston in free agency this offseason. Get a proven guy. Get a guy that's already been there and done that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to bring in one of these young kids that just hasn't panned out at the NFL level, these early round draft guys. Keep an eye on, like I said before, the Adoree Jacksons of the world. Go get one of those guys. And I still don't know. Will James Bradbury be cut? He was definitely terrible in coverage last year. Philadelphia converted him to safety this offseason. It really hasn't panned out. He's a guy that they may potentially cut. He is getting up there in age. I believe he's 31, 32 years old, but he's very familiar with Patrick Graham. Adoree Jackson, James Bradbury, if cut. Darnay Holmes, another name to monitor because of the connection with Antonio Pierce. And Xavier Howard, a lot of that news that came out with the whole text message and stuff is the dust is kind of settled on that. I'm not saying to go get him, you guys, by any means, but that's definitely a former All-Pro, Pro Bowl type talent that has a lot of familiarity with Patrick Graham with their time in Miami as well. And he can be a potential 1B to Jack Jones if Jacorian Bennett doesn't pan out. So there's still some names out there to keep an eye on. Yeah, I'm not into getting players just for the sake of bringing in people. No. Yeah, Garcia, I love it. I definitely tagged Mike immediately, our Chargers homeboy, content creator. He thought that Alex Leatherwood was going to make that roster. It was actually hilarious. Let me see. I'm trying to see. Chiefs just cut Kadarius Toney, you guys. Former first-round pick they traded for from the New York Giants. He has officially been cut. Bills cut Gable Stevenson, former Olympian / WWE superstar. He's been cut as well, converted to defensive tackle at the NFL level. Didn't work for him. Some names to keep an eye on. Salute to Mondo, my guy. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Once again, you guys, the tracker up to this point, Carter Bradley, UDFA out of South Alabama, has been cut. Nathan Peterman, Charles Snowden, Sam Webb, Phelan Sanford, Terrell Bynum, Marquand McCall, Wu Governor, Noah Shannon, Ron Stone, TJ Franklin, Rashad Williams. Those are the names thus far. Also, we waived edge rusher David Agoa. So he's been officially cut. Our former international portal player, he has been let go. He's been let go. So, and Jaden Grant has been cut, which is a shocker. That was a surprise to me, a surprise cut, but they do want him back on the practice squad. They do want him back on the practice squad. So something to monitor moving forward as well. Salute to Mondo, my favorite YouTube content creator, man. Salute to my guy. Get those questions in, y'all. Let's have some fun. Yes, and Charles Snowden has been let go as well, a guy that I had potentially making this roster. So keep an eye on Everson Smith, the other edge rusher. I'm wondering if he will make this roster or if we cut him here soon as well, and we just run with Max, Malcolm, Tyree, and Janarius Robinson. Isaiah, amen. Maybe Chris Smith did just enough that last game against the Niners, the almost pick in the end zone. Maybe they've seen enough from the young pup out of Georgia, Chris Smith. So we shall see. And once again, another guy that we were talking about a lot, Grant, that was making a lot of noise at camp, and a lot of players were telling me behind the scenes to keep an eye on him. Omar. So I don't know if you guys seen this, but he did post a picture on Twitter. I reshared it. He put a picture up with the prayer hands, and he said, "God is good, I believe," or blessed, something along those lines. You know what? Let me look at what he put. I'm assuming that Amari Gainer made this roster, you guys. I think he was kind of alluding to that. Posted a picture yesterday and said blessed, and he was signing autographs for the fans at Allegiant Stadium. So I'm assuming that Amari Gainer made the roster. And there's no way you can cut this guy after the performance that he had, 13 tackles against the 49ers. Looked really good in preseason. Heard a lot about him at training camp as well. Amari Gainer is going to make this roster. So another guy that, can play some outside linebacker, edge rusher for you. He was a defensive end, I believe, at Florida State, converted to linebacker at North Carolina, a guy that can drop into coverage for you, can get to the passer. This is a guy that I'm very, very excited about moving forward, man. Amari Gainer, I think, will make this active 53-man roster. So maybe that is why Charles Snowden didn't make this roster. Maybe they're looking at Gainer as that potential fifth guy that can get after the passer. So we shall see. J.M. Yannick is definitely still a free agent, and we do not need to bring him in. That foot injury was real last year. I believe he only played in 4 or 5 games, something like that. I think he had 4 sacks. No. He played more than that. He played way more games than that. Had about 4 or 5 sacks last year. Then he dealt with a foot injury. It's believed that he's fully recovered. But once again, do you want another pass rusher that can't play the run? There's no reason for it. The Gaininator. Salute to my guy, Martin. Always good to see you in the bill. I did not block you, brother. I have no idea why you weren't able to comment, but it's great to see you in here, brother. Yes, played DE in college. He has a unique set of skills at linebacker. This is a guy, elite, that can play in that 4-3, can play in that 4-2-5, put him out there in a 3-4 look. Play that outside linebacker. I'm excited to see this guy. He is one of those guys that has a skill set that most of these guys on this roster do not have. He can pretty much play in every look on the defensive side of the ball. You can, like I said, put him out there in a 4-3 look, have him play on the edge. You can play linebacker. You know what I'm saying? You could put him in the 4-2-5 and have him be the Mike, have him out there at the green dot. And then once again, 3-4, put him out there as an outside linebacker. This guy can play all over. He can play in every look on the defensive side of the ball. Patrick Graham is going to have a field day with Amari Gainer moving forward. If he makes this roster, which I think he has already, look, man, if they put our jersey out for Amari Gainer, I am sold. This is my new Sincere McCormick on the defensive side of the ball. Amari high-stakes Gainer. Daniel, I do believe that we will do that as well. I think Faison will be going to the IR if he's not outright cut. Another player to keep an eye on as well, our friend of the family, our brother, Trey Taylor, rookie, dealing with the knee injury. I could potentially see him being placed on the IR as well, and just holding on to him and getting him right. But a few names to keep an eye on: Brandon Faison and Trey Taylor, and Amari Burney also dealing with an injury right now. Oh, also Tommy Eichenberg. We don't know how severe this injury is. Maybe he starts the season on the IR. Who's to say? But another name to keep an eye on with Tommy Eichenberg. Let me see. I don't know, Ty. I have no idea, brother. But salute to my guy, Ty. I agree, S. Salute Graphk. Amari Gainer's way better run stopper than Diablo. We have to keep an eye out on Robinson because he has a tendency to turn into Yannick against the run. I think he's better against the run than Yannick. Definitely has some things to put, to get together in order, to set the edge and play the run game as an edge rusher. But I don't think he's as bad as Yannick. I don't, S. I don't. And as a guy that is potentially your fourth edge rusher, I'm not expecting him to be a guy that can go out there, get to the passer, play, set the edge at the highest level. This is a guy that's still working on his skill set, still really young. But I don't think he's as bad as Yannick, man. Yannick is actually terrible against the run. Let me see. Salute. I'm just trying to see if I missed anything, you guys. Up top, boom, boom, boom. Okay, no, I did not miss anything. Yeah, and I just put that out on Twitter. Joseph, look at this. Look at my last tweet, bro. Look at my last tweet. Ruben is somewhere losing his absolute mind right now. If you know, you know. Someone check on that boy. Salute to DB. We are getting closer. Can't wait to see the final product. Got my trip set for Vegas and Denver this year. Raiders. Salute to my guy, DB. Always supporting the channel, man. I appreciate you, brother. As always, man. Have fun. Salute to the 1,200 people here in the building. Rube. He is somewhere hurt right now. But Seattle has a nice 1-2 punch out there with Kenneth Walker and company. So I don't think that George Halani was definitely, a necessity for them to keep him around. Tanner Muse got cut again, CJ. Nah, Garcia, he's cooked at this point. He's cooked. He is cooked. No reason to bring in a veteran like Allen Robinson. This is a young league. Especially at the wide receiver position, you need that speed. You need guys like Trey Tucker. You need guys like DJ Turner out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that there's any reason to bring in a guy that has dealt with durability issues, and he's definitely getting long in the tooth. Allen Robinson definitely is not a reason. It's not a player to look at, to bring in. Let me see. Yeah, man. Salute to Rube, man. Prayer hands for our brother Rube, man. Air in. I will not be at the Chargers game week 1, brother, but I will be at home covering the game. Up to this point, not yet. Darnay Holmes, corner from the Giants, a name to monitor because his connections with Antonio Pierce. I believe AP coached him at the high school level or somewhere, in the LA area. I believe Antonio Pierce, the connection is there with Darnay Holmes. They just cut him. And also CJ Henderson, another guy that was cut from the Houston Texans. And I'm hearing Caleb Farley was cut by the Titans, and another name that may get cut here soon, Jeff Okudah with the Texans also. Let me see. Salute to my brother Hug D's in the building as well. The mod father himself. We're only carrying 2 quarterbacks. It looks like it at this point, Hug. It does, because they keep changing these rules with the quarterback situation. I believe now if you carry 3, right, it does count towards the 53-man roster, but then the third quarterback doesn't count on game days, I believe. I think that is the rule, right, Hug? Somewhere along the lines of he does take a spot up on the 53-man roster, but he doesn't, him not suiting up on game day doesn't count as a active spot on the roster. I can't keep up with the NFL and the shenanigans. The way they keep changing stuff up, I don't know what it is, but I do believe we're going to keep 2. A lot of teams around the NFL are keeping 2 right now. I think Carter Bradley will end up on the practice squad, and that'll be our backup plan, if need be. Yeah, Redbone, that was actually kind of shocking to me. The Texans gave up on him pretty quick. And yeah, Green Bay got a sneaky backup with Jordan Love out there. They traded a 7th-round pick and got Malik Willis, the athletic freak, out of Liberty. So that was definitely a player that if it would have cost us a 7th, I know, you guys won't agree with me at all. But I would have definitely took a flyer on him. I just love the athleticism. You can give some different looks on the offense side of the ball, put up a few plays together for him. A guy that can utilize his legs. I would have brought him on and developed him a little bit. That was a great pickup for Green Bay. Me personally, I think that's a great backup for Jordan Love. Let me see. Yeah, so did I read that right? Emergency quarterback, yes, counts to the 53-man roster, but doesn't take up a game day spot. Yes. That's weird, right, Primos? I don't understand this shit. I don't. It's just weird. It's weird. I read an article that Eagles might move Bradbury to the Raiders. There's no AC. We're not going to pick up that contract at all. If anything, we'll wait until he gets cut, which it looks like Philly will cut him. They just got Cooper DeJean. They just got Quinyon Mitchell out of Toledo. They brought back Gardner Johnson. They converted him to safety because he was terrible in coverage last year. He definitely lost a step or 2, but definitely something to monitor moving forward. If they cut him, we're not taking on that contract that he has. But if he gets cut, the familiarity with Graham is there. I can definitely see us potentially taking a flyer on the veteran. Vet minimum type deal. He'll still get his little, get his bread from Philly. I could definitely see that. Let me see. Yeah, it's an NFLPA thing. They don't want teams stashing quarterbacks. And salute to my guy, Intel in the building as well. Salute to my dog. Talked about him, I believe, a few days ago with Wasted VA. I have no problem with bringing in J.C. Jackson, but the thing is this. He's missing the first game. He's suspended by the NFL. Will Tom Telesco take a flyer on him for the second time? Remember, Tom Telesco gave him a big, massive deal in LA to be that guy for the Chargers. Never panned out. Would he look at him again for the second time? I don't know. We shall see. But he definitely, fits the mold of what we can bring in. A guy that had a nice little stretch run for the New England Patriots. I mean, it could be, the Bill Belichick effect. But I would definitely take a flyer on him. If I was Tom Telesco. But it's up to him. It didn't work out for him the first time. So I don't know if he goes out and looks at him as again the second time around. Salute to Ty, my dog, on the 99 cent. I appreciate you, my brother. My dog. And you guys, we do have, I believe, 25 to the 27 range of players left to cut. So we do need to trim the fat a lot today. There is going to be a lot of cuts moving forward. So stay tuned. I'll be live 3 times today. I know our brother Wasted to be live a little later. We're going to cover all this stuff. But cuts today. We will be trying to get down to that 53-man roster. So stay tuned. A lot of moving and shaking in the NFL today. Salute to the Mokes. I want us to have nothing to do with facing. How Andy feels about Amik is how I feel about him. Yeah, man, you can't stay healthy. You can't do anything with that 6'3" frame if he's not out there. You know what I mean? So definitely a name to monitor today. He may get stashed on the IR, or we may just outright cut him. But I don't see in any way how Brandon Facyson makes this roster. missing training camp, OTAs, preseason, and all that stuff. So, and I believe he's dealing with the leg injury. So, yeah, man, nasty work. In no world do I see that happening. Ty, I'd be actually shocked. Shocked. It was an interesting name. You know what I mean? This is a guy that's kind of come off and on the practice squad these past few seasons. I mean, I'm not shocked by it, but this just kind of tells me that, you know, we're going to go out and look at another option. AP already said it in his presser that it's not ideal to put a bunch of youngsters out there week one at the cornerback position. Sam Webb is still fairly young. I think that they're going to go look and attack the free agency market and look for a veteran to bring in. Maybe one or two, to be honest. Sam Webb is cut. Brandon Faison is probably not going to make this roster, or he will be on the IR. Those are two names already let go. Will Governor, who could have been the potential backup nickel guy behind Nate Hobbs. It's going to be interesting to see what we do there as well, you guys. Like, is Palomal going to be the backup, you know, nickel to Nate Hobbs? And, you know, everyone knows he's our third safety behind Marcus Epps and Trayvon Merrick, but there will be a lot of looks out there with three safeties. I can see those three guys playing on the field a lot. But at this point, is he going to be our backup nickel? Or are we going to potentially bring in a Tyler Hall? Will Adoree Jackson be one of the moves? Who's to say? But we're definitely going to have to look at another corner or two to bring in. With Sam Webb cut, though, maybe, just maybe, MJ Devonshire makes this roster. I mean, Richardson is pretty much clear cut to make this roster. DCAM is going to be a guy that makes this roster. They love the measurables. They love the skill set. He's young. They don't want to force him out there in year one to be one of those guys. But at this point, he could be a rotational piece. But maybe MJ Devonshire potentially makes this roster. Now, the 7th round guy out of Pitt. Ball hawk. Definitely struggled in preseason. But I can definitely see him actually maybe potentially being a backup, if he makes this roster, the backup to Nate Hobbs in the nickel. Let me see. He said Brandon Faison is basically the NFL Sasquatch or Loch Ness Monster. Yeah, Jaden Grant was cut as well, Eddie. Facts. Salute to Graham. Yeah, man. We talked about this a lot. Can definitely see him potentially being a Raider here soon. I haven't seen anything on Tulu Griffin yet, ITK. There's nothing to see on that front. Let me look and see. Salute to everybody here in the building. As always, wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you guys are not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, the Chiefs just released Justin Ross, former Clemson wide receiver, star wide receiver. They just let him go, as well as Tony. Yeah, I don't see anything. Let me see. Oh, we also did cut. I just brought this up as well, you guys. We cut edge rusher David Agoa. David Agoa. He has been cut also. So to my guy, Reese Rock in the building. One rep, who wins, Leatherwood or Tyree Wilson? Neither. I'm going with Wilson. I'm going with Tyree high stakes Wilson. Leatherwood's just a bad football player, man. Yeah, Kingpin, I see my boy Bailey Zappa got released, man. Hopefully he picks up a job elsewhere and becomes a nice backup for somebody out there. Xavier Howard is definitely still a free agent, Monty. MGs, it's not my job to really talk about what's going on with him, but prayers going out to our guy, Trey Taylor. Let me see. Salute to the 1,500 people here in the building, y'all. As always, man, I appreciate you guys. Salute to the greatest chat in YouTube history. James says, what role do you see for Tyreek McAllister? He's going to be a special teams ace for us, returning kicks, and he'll give you some reps as a rotation or wide receiver. He's too dynamic, James, to not have him out there on the offensive side of the ball as well as special teams. He's a playmaker. You want the ball in his hands. Pause if necessary. So I don't see any world where Tyreek McAllister doesn't make this roster. He took the league by storm that last preseason game, touchdown in special teams, touchdown as a receiver. This is a guy that's going to play all across the board, special teams and the offensive side of the ball. Stack, no. I don't want either one of them. If anything, go get a veteran that's familiar with what Graham does. And Adoree Jackson, Xavier Howard, one of those guys that you could potentially bring in, or a guy that AP is familiar with in Darnay Holmes. Familiarity is key to me this late in the game. So, no. Me personally, no CJ Henderson, no Caleb Farley for me. Salute to my guy, Chris, for Raiders, man. I appreciate you as always, brother. Salute to all the new Green Dot Gang in the building. My guys, if you guys want to become Green Dot Gang as well, hit the link. It's pinned up top. It's definitely one of the best ways to help us keep the lights on over here at OLV Raiders Network. Salute to my guy, Chris, man. And salute to all the new members in the building. Jersey, man. I'll tell you right now, man. Salute to my guy, C. Wood. His schedule was absolutely insane, brother. The best chance for you to catch him for an autograph is in Las Vegas at some point, with one of his rare appearances out there in Las Vegas. So I don't think he's really out there too much. He does stay in Florida. He does kind of some stuff out there locally in the Orlando area and stuff like that. But the best chance to catch him for an autograph would be in Las Vegas during the season at some point with Woodson Whiskey throwing those events. That'd be probably the best bet. I don't see why you guys would want to cut Andres Pete at this point. We already have slim pickings on the O-line. I wouldn't want to move on from him. He's a veteran. Just don't play him at tackle, and I think we'll be okay. Leon, no. There's no reason to bring back Hunter Renfrow at all. There's a reason why he's still a free agent. There's a reason why he's not in high demand right now. No reason for it. Let me see. Gadget guy and punt and kickoff return. There you go, Dan. Facts. Salute to my brother Thor in the building as well. Let me see. Salute to Gio, my dog, man. I work from home, so these lives feel like I'm kicking it with the family. Best chat, best channel on YouTube for sure. My dog, man. Salute to you, Gio. Appreciate you guys as always. We're doing the live tracker right now, you guys, going off of all these cuts. It is live and in living color right now. The NFL by the second. Players are getting cut left and right. So we will be holding it down until about maybe another hour or so. So we will be here covering as much as we can before I got to get out of here to go pick up my kids. Browns released their standout D-line guy, Jawan Briggs. Would you bring it? Jawan Briggs, isn't this a guy that was a linebacker at Cincinnati paper chase? That is a guy that I believe, right? He was a linebacker for Cincinnati at the collegiate level. Interesting. Alex, no, I don't think he does. I do believe he'll be on the practice squad, though. They love the measurables. He didn't really show a lot in that last game early on, and then he came alive late in the game. But there's a few things that he needs to work on. I'm definitely afraid of contact. I'll tell you that. A guy that, should be a 50-50 ball guy, with the measurables, afraid to go up and get the football. That's when Carter Bradley threw that pick. There's some things he needs to work on. So I don't think he makes the active roster, but place him on the practice squad and allow him to develop for a season or two. He said, can I get a Gainer? Patrick, I believe he already did. I said it earlier on in the show. He did put a tweet up with the prayer hands, and it said blessed. And he was at Allegiant Stadium signing autographs. So I don't know if that was him alluding to making this roster, but I don't know in any world how he couldn't make this roster. Jameer says, Graphk, I don't see the super chat either. I don't know, brother. I don't know. Usually in the post comment section, there's a $sign. So I don't know, brother. But either way, man, appreciate you for being here, Andrews, as always. Let me see. Yes, Albert. Yes. Definitely a lock. And there's a reason for that. They believe in him a lot. He brings a specific skill set to this team that we can utilize as that third down back, even with Amir Abdullah on the roster. To be real with you guys know I love Sincere McCormick. He didn't do enough in preseason. Britton Brown didn't do enough in preseason. These guys did not do enough in order to steal one of those roster spots. We are not carrying a fullback. We're not carrying a fullback this season. I believe he's going to be that fourth guy right behind Amir Abdullah this season. So I do believe he's going to make this roster. And he showed a lot in training camp. Showed a lot during OTAs. I know it wasn't an ideal situation in preseason. You wanted to see him go out there and ball out against a bunch of backups. The O-line didn't really hold up a lot. He did have that terrible fumble against the 49ers. He'll clean that up. You know what I mean? But, I do have him making this roster. I think he's a lock. Definitely. Big Valboski said, I think White and Madison is going to surprise defenses this year. Okay. From what I've seen, DTR actually made the roster. So there's a reason why Cleveland are fielding calls for J-Mo and I believe Huntley as well. DTR made that roster from what I've seen and what I've heard. So all those talks about DTR potentially being one of those ones or available doesn't look like that was true. Cleveland has all the goddamn quarterbacks, man. Deshaun Watson, J-Mo, DTR, Huntley. I mean, god damn. How many quarterbacks do you guys need? I mean, I know last year with Watson going out and them depending a lot on that defense, Flacco coming in and kind of having a career resurgence. But, man, them guys got all the QBs out there in Cleveland. Oh, that's an interesting take right there. Tyreek McAllister's performance is more of a threat to Abdullah than Lobby moving forward. Okay, Graham. Talk that talk. Let me see. But, I mean, either way, Graham, I believe this is Amir Abdullah's last year in the NFL potentially. He has a lot going on off the field. He's an actor now. He's doing a lot, outside of football. He's getting up there in age, 30 plus. You already know, man, that's kind of the over the hill in terms of the NFL. You know, I don't see him playing after this year. No, man, no. He was not concussed. Salute to AP, my dog, on becoming a member as well. Salute to you and salute to the 1,600 people in the building. If you guys want to become a member, like my boy AP DDT, hit the link. It's pinned up top. It's one of the best ways to support what we do over here. As always, salute, salute, salute. Abdullah needs to go next year. He got his cheese. We need more fast and young guys. Salute to Leon. Yeah, Abdullah doesn't have the speed factor that he used to have, that speed element, but he's up there in age. Let me see. Did you guys see also, salute to my guy AP, always supporting what we do. Did you guys also see that Max has a new podcast with Bill Belichick? That's crazy. Did you guys see that? As we wait for cuts, you guys, Max Crosby has a new podcast called Let's Go with Bill Belichick, Peter King, and Jim Gray. Crazy, man. Crazy. And they're also stating that Tom Brady will be making consecutive appearances on it. Some wild shit. Crazy. Salute to AP, man. Appreciate you, as always, gifting those OLV Raiders Network memberships. Salute to my guy, man. Appreciate you, AP. Salute to all the new Green Dot gang in the building. Salute to Joe, man. Yeah, I'm going to share for you guys in this. I'm going to show you. It's crazy, man. Max Crosby, Bill Belichick, and Gray. It's a weird trio for a podcast, man. But I love it. I'm here for it. Salute to Joe. Diablo got to be looking over his shoulder. You got Amari, Bernie, and Gainer on the rise. Well, Bernie is dealing with an injury right now, Joe. So it's going to be interesting to see if he starts the season on the IR or if he even makes this roster. and Gainer on the rise. Masterson and Eichenberg, I'd be paranoid if I was Buddy. Laugh out loud. I mean, look, there's no real reason to move on from him. He only has one more year left on his deal. He's already started at the NFL level for consecutive seasons. There's no real reason to move on from Divine Diablo. He looked good out there at OTAs and training camp. One last year on his rookie deal. There's no real reason to move on from him. You know what I mean? He'll definitely be on this roster this year. I don't see in any world where he'll be cut. And we'll get through his rookie season and we'll reevaluate him, at the end of the year to see if we want to bring him back or not. But I don't really think that Diablo has anything to worry about this season as a Raider. Salute to my guy, Joe, as always. Yeah, our linebacking room finally going to be a strength for us, man. You love to see it, man. Reggie, you love to see it, man. When is the last time we've had depth and just to start like a capable starting unit at the linebacker position, right? It's great to see with Spill out there, Divine, Luke, Amari Gainer with the the way he's looking right now, and Tommy Eichenberg in year one, whenever he comes back. It's a beautiful unit out there, man, at the linebacker position. This is how you want your second level of your defense to look, especially playing behind that phenomenal defensive line. That's going to make their job so much more easier. Salute to Reef. Peace. I know I'm late. What did I miss besides my guys, Grant and Snowden, getting cut? Carter Bradley, Nathan Peterman, they were also let go. David Agoa, our international portal player, he's been let go as well, the edge rusher. So, those are some of the other names that have been let go thus far. Snake Fist, greetings, Graphk and the nation on cut day. Raiders! Salute to my guy, man. Appreciate you, Snake Fist, my dog. Appreciate you on the $5 holla. Robert, no to Caleb Farley. No. Matt, this is facts. AP definitely knows his linebackers. Former linebacker coach, former linebacker himself. Super Bowl winning starting linebacker. Breaking! Wasted has the gout. Facts. Salute to Jenny in the building. 1,700 people here, y'all. Wipe them feet and make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet. I want to show you guys something real quick as well. Boom, boom. Hold up. All right. Let's take a pause for the cause, you guys, real quick. Let's pay some bills over here. Salute to everybody here in the building. We'll be right back.
Michael Vick at BetUS.com. Catch an incredible 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits, plus 10% gambler's insurance. BetUS, my online sportsbook and casino.
Salute to our proud sponsor once again over at BetUS. This live stream is powered by BetUS. Make sure to check out the link in the description, and also it will be in the comment section pinned. Make sure to head over there and use my unique link to get 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits for up to $2,000. I want you guys' opinion on this. The over or the under on 17.5 touchdowns for Gardner Minshew. I'm going to take the over here. He had 15 last year in 13 starts. I'm assuming that he'll, just going off of, what we got going on right now, I'm assuming he's going to be the starter this full season. I know that Aiden's going to be on his heels, but if he does start all 17 games for us this year, I definitely have him getting the over. He's a gunslinger. He has Devontae Adams at his disposal. He has Brock Bowers, Michael Mayer, Trey Tucker, Jacoby. The list goes on. Take the over on Gardner Minshew getting over 17.5 touchdowns. This is kind of an easy lick for me. Head over, you guys. Use the link that is in the description and also in the comment section. It will be pinned. I think this is easy money. I think Gardner Minshew has over 17.5 sacks this upcoming season. Salute once again to our proud sponsor, BetUS. This live stream is powered by BetUS. And salute to my guy Solomon Mitchell as well on becoming a member. Salute to my dog, man. I appreciate you. Welcome to the Green Dot Gang family. I believe you are already a part of it, but salute to you for renewing, my guy. Salute to Santana in the building. How do you see our first game playing out? Who will be the 2 major impact players on both sides? I mean, you got to go to your best players, right? I'm going to go Devontae Adams. He already has a chip on his shoulder with the way the Chargers were playing with his name, with the whole Pop-Tart box on Twitter and Instagram, right? So Davante Adams, I think he has a massive game, 2 TDs, 150 yards in the air. That's where I have. Davante's going to have a big, big game against the Chargers. And then on the defense side of the ball, you got to go Max Crosby. Go with your top weapons, Santana. I think that Max is going to be in for a big game with Wilkins next to him. That's definitely going to take some of the focus off of him. Max Crosby. I want to go with Jack Jones, but especially after having that pick 6 on Eastern Stick last year. But I'm going to go with our 2 best players. I'm kind of going to take the easy route here. Davante Adams with that chip on his shoulder against the Chargers. He wants to show the NFL and all the naysayers that him and Gardner Minshew can put it together this year. Him on the offense, Max Crosby on the defense. That's how you do. You have your 2 best players set the tone for the regular season moving forward. So week 1, what do you need? Your 2 best guys to go out there and set that tone for the season to go. So there you go. Salute to my guy, Santana. Appreciate you as always. My dog, my brother on a $5 special. Salute to Reese Rock as well for the $5 holler, man. Max needs to learn all the dark side cheating tricks from the NFL Sith master that is Bill Belichick. Just win. Salute to Reese Rock. I swear to God, I love my brother. I only know of half the shit that he says, and then the other half, I don't know what he's saying. But I got the gist of this, brother. Salute to you, man. Reese Rock, my dog. Appreciate you as always. JM, we talked about that the other day on the 12 Personnel podcast with me, Wasted, and Sanjit. If you'd like to hear my take on it, Wasted's and Sanjit's, go check out the 12 Personnel podcast that we shot last week. We definitely talked about it last Friday, brother. Let me see. It looks like Herbert's going to start. Looks like he's fully healed. So we shall see. But great. I want to see them at full strength. I'm not afraid of him, Gus Edwards, in that team that they put together, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Like, what? I'm not worried about him. Let's go out there and make a statement week 1 at SoFi Stadium. Let me see. Dan, great question, man. Great question. It's going to be interesting. I don't know. I mean, I still want to see who's going to start. Is it going to be Cody Whitehair or is it going to be Andres Peat? Both veterans that play better at the guard position. It's going to be interesting to see. I don't know. But in a perfect world, Dan, and I love JPJ. You guys know this is one of my favorite players on this roster and one of my favorite players in the draft as a whole. In a perfect world, one of these veterans ball out next to Colton and Andre James, and we get to kind of redshirt him this year. There's no real reason to rush him out there. He's dealt with some injuries, dealt with a concussion this offseason. So I'm hoping that one of those veterans plays out of their minds this year next to Colton and Andre, and we don't have to worry about forcing JPJ out there this upcoming season. I mean, he'll play at some point regardless, but if he takes over, that means that we don't look too good at the left guard spot. You know what I mean? So this is kind of like the same thing with me and Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell. I want to see Gardner succeed. So if Aiden is out there, that means that we probably lost a few games, right? I don't want to see JPJ forced into the starting lineup if you don't need to. So I'm hoping that Cody or Andres can lock down that left guard spot early, and we look good on the left side of that line, especially with Colton out there. I think we'll be fine. Salute to Mark. Late to the party. Any word on Bowers? Mark, the word is he's dealing with a foot injury. It's nothing to worry about. He'll be ready week 1. They were being very cautious with him, in preseason. They didn't want to just force him out there to potentially get hurt. He will be a very, very valuable piece moving forward. AP said that he should be ready week 1. I'm not worried about Brock Bowers. So it's a foot injury that he's dealing with, but he will be available week 1. So nothing to worry about. Now, if that foot injury lingers, that's something else that we have to monitor, because I do know that he had an ankle injury at Georgia, and I believe he had surgery on it at some point. Don't quote me on that, but this is something that he's dealt with before. But I do believe he'll be okay week 1, and we'll be good to go. 12 personnel, baby. Him and Michael Mayer gonna have a field day against that Chargers defense. Salute to my guy, Chef in the building, man. Appreciate you on the 5 gifted network memberships, man. Salute to my dog, Chefy, man. one of the GOATs over here, as always. Salute to my dog and salute to all the new Green Dot gang here in the building because of my guy, John Scheffler, my dog. I appreciate you, brother. Salute to Santana. Okay. What would be 2 surprise impact players? I like that. 2 surprise players? Okay. On the offense side of the ball, Michael Mayer, Santana, right? A lot of people expect Zeus to be that running back one and have a big game for us, in terms of the ground game. All the talk is about Brock Bowers. He's going to be this next generational player, which I do believe he will be at the tight end position, slot, H-back, X, wherever you want to line him up. I think that a lot of the focus is going to be on Devontae, the speedster, Trey Tucker, right? A lot of the focus is going to be on Brock Bowers and Jacoby, or wide receiver 2. I'll go with a surprise guy, Michael Mayer. The focal point of that offense is going to be Devontae. It's going to be Brock Bowers and other guys. So that will be a surprise impact player for me. It's Michael Mayer week 1. On the defense side of the ball, Jacorian Bennett. I'm going to go with Jacorian Bennett. Everybody's talking about Jack Jones. Everybody's talking about Merrick. Everyone's talking about that phenomenal defensive line and Spill with the linebacker position. I'm going to go with Jacorian Bennett. I'll go with him being a surprise, impactful player week 1. I think he's going to look good out there. And, the Chargers still trying to figure out their whole wide receiver group. They got Palmer out there. They got, Rice, if he makes this roster. They have Lab McConkey. They're still trying to figure it out. So I think week 1 would be a great week for Jacorian Bennett to build some of that confidence. The opposite of what happened last year in his rookie year, right? Where he lost all that confidence, getting some pretty bad calls on him early on. Why not go out there and ball out against the Chargers while they're still trying to figure out their whole wide receiver group? Jacorian Bennett. Salute to Ty. Belichick is Emperor Palantine, the dark side. Salute to my guy, Ty Davis, on the $5 special as well. Salute to S. Dot. Yo, I got to highlight you too, Ty. We may be out there week 3 for the Carolina Raiders game at Bar Anticipation. I'm going to keep you posted, brother. Salute to S. Dot. Hey, Graphk, Diablo plays the run on film as if he's rope tied, bound to a chair with tape around his mouth, looking backwards when the linemen have hands on him. Shake it down. That was very descriptive. S. Dot. That was very, very descriptive. You must have wrote that down several times in your journal or in your notes in your phone, man. That was very, very detailed. Salute to my guy S. Dot. A safety converted to linebacker, his rookie contract. He's still trying to put it all together at the NFL level. But that shit's hilarious. Salute to S. Dot on a $10 special. Salute to Tartan Raider. As always, my dog. Salute to Hammer, man. Little bro was in the building. I missed your call yesterday, Hammer. I'm going to call you back after the live, brother. Actually, you know what? I might bring Hammer. If you're around, Hammer, let me know. Pull up on the show. Come kick it with me for a minute. Salute to Tartan. No drama preseason. Our best roster in years. Ceiling 12-5. Floor 5-12. Chargers game will let us know Getsy is legit and how our season will roll on. Salute to my guy Tartan Raider in the building. I don't think that the floor is 5-12 at all. I think that's nasty, nasty work, Tartan. I think the bare minimum would be a 9-8. 9-8, me personally. And maybe that's just optimism as a Raider fan, but I think the floor would be like a 9-8. Real talk. Salute to my guy on a $5 special. We got 1,800 people in the building. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you guys are not subscribed yet, what are y'all waiting on, man? Hit that subscribe button. Let me see. Oh, okay. Hammer's in Brooklyn. He's in Brooklyn. He said, Hov said, what's up? Yerp. We are almost at 26,000 subscribers, you guys. Hit that subscribe button. We can probably somehow, some way hit that number before the season starts. Man, hit that subscribe. When and who would we sign if we do sign someone? And I've talked about this a bunch, Santana. It's going to be probably a corner, and it's going to be a guy familiar with what Graham does. So keep an eye on Adoree Jackson. Keep an eye on Darnay Holmes, who has familiarity with Antonio Pierce. And then, it could be Xavier Howard if he's behind the scenes cleaning this stuff up with the NFL. He's had a nasty, messy offseason. But I definitely think it's going to be somebody already familiar with what we do. Like I said before, this late in the game, 2 weeks away, from actual football, it's kind of difficult to bring in a player and get them up to speed with what we got going on. So if you're going to bring in anybody, you're probably going to want to bring somebody who's already familiar with what you do. Yes, AR, we will be over there. We're going to have some fun. And tonight we're doing our predictions on the AFC West teams' wins and losses. So we're going over the records, you guys. You don't want to miss this. You do not want to miss this. 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, 6 p.m. Pacific. Pull up. We're going to have some fun tonight. Yes, salute to my brother Hug, man. But it should happen soon, though, Santana. We'll definitely see that happening soon. AP gifted 5 again, man. Salute to my guy AP, man, over here blessing the channel today. My dog, I appreciate you, man, so much. Salute to my guy AP DDT, and salute to all the new Green Dot members in the building, man. Appreciate you. Salute, man, to Mark. Our brother Stu will be back. He'll be back soon. You know, he's just kicking it with the family, man. He sent me something on Instagram yesterday, man, that kind of got me in my feelings a little bit, man. Salute to my brother. I love him to death. Yeah, listen to this real quick, you guys. He was just watching a show the other day.
Hey, bro, you have really fucking did your fucking shit, man. I'm so proud of you, man. You guys are kicking ass, completely fucking professional. I love it. And, yeah, man, it's good shit. You're a great representative of the Raiders, dude, seriously. And, yeah, I hope the kids are good. Hope wifey's good. And, you uglier than a motherfucker, dog.
Of course, man. You know, Stu is always going to mess up the end of the message, right? Get you in your feels and then stab you in the heart. Get you in your feels and then stab you in the heart. Stu, I'm going to send you this live. You need to watch this. Salute to our brother, Stuart Schweiger, former Raider safety, former Purdue safety, Purdue great, leading interception leader out there, Purdue, my guy, my brother. My guy. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. For those who are just joining the show, we will give you an update thus far. Carter Bradley was cut. Nathan Peterman, cut. Jaden Grant, cut. David Agoa, cut. Sam Webb, Phelan Sanford, cut. Terrell Bynum, Marquand McCall, Wu Governor, Noah Shannon, Ron Stone, TJ Franklin, Rashad Williams, all waived, released, cut. So there you have it. I know for sure there's a few players on this list that they would like to bring back to the practice squad. Sam Webb, of course, Carter Bradley, Wu Governor is definitely someone they hope they can bring back. Charles Snowden was also cut, somebody to monitor for the practice squad, and they want to bring back Jaden Grant as well, the UDFA that stood out at camp and in preseason this season. So some names to monitor moving forward. Salute to Raider Pace, my God, man, in the building. I love this time of year when the Raiders are definitely going to claim 7,163 players off the waivers. Salute to my God, Pace, man. Appreciate you. Salute to my dog, man, my brother Rich back in the building, man. If you know, you know, my guy. When's the next 12 personnel pod? I'd be interested in what Sanjit says our O-line would be if we scoop up practice squad away. So it's this Friday, Ridgeback. We changed our shows to Friday. So the 12 personnel podcast will be Fridays moving forward. So stay tuned. This Friday, we will be dropping the 12 personnel live on my channel, Sanjit channels, and our brother Wasted Talents channel. So stay tuned. Right? Yes. The linebacker from the Rams was just traded to the Titans. Definitely. Spin fire. No politics in the chat, man. None. We don't do that over here. Please keep that to yourself, brother. And there's no problem with who you're voting for and who you're rocking with. Just please keep that away from my chat. That's all I'm asking once. And if it keeps up, man, we're gonna have to put you on timeout. Third time, you out of here, man. Salute to Spin Fire, Gene. You know I got love for you, but we do not do politics over here. Keep that shit to yourself. Who's going to be our emergency quarterback? We're probably going to put Carter Bradley on the practice squad, and we'll keep him as that third option, unless they potentially, put Nathan Peterman on the practice squad and stay away from Carter Bradley as a whole. I don't know, but it looks like we're running with two quarterbacks at this point. Potbelly looks like Gardner's number 1, Aiden is 1B. Let me see. Yeah, I'm only going to say it once, man. Salute to you guys. Salute. As always, NFL changed the rule on having a third QB active. Guess we're going with Minshew and AOC only. So for those who have no idea what Andy's talking about, it's kind of the third quarterback takes an active 53-man roster spot, but he doesn't take a spot on game day. So it's kind of weird how that works, right? It's like they take a 53-man roster spot, but it's not a game day spot. ITK says Jacoby Myers is our QB3. There you have it. Josh, 2 former Eagles, huh? 1 on the outside and 1 at the nickel spot. Yeah, seen that too. Adrian Amos, the veteran safety, was released from the Jags. Bully says, who can be run defense, a run defense addition? The young pup, man, out of Cleveland, the young defensive tackle, only played there for a year, former 3rd-round pick. He's an interesting name to keep an eye on moving forward, Bully. If we're looking at adding someone to bolster up that run defense, he didn't look too good with Cleveland last year, but something to monitor moving forward. He's only a year into his career, could be someone to keep an eye on. Salute to Reggie, man. Salute to you, bro. Best around. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, brother. Let me see. I'm going to go over here real quick and look at Twitter, see if there's any other updates, you guys. I need to hit up Scout, too. I got to get Scout back on the show. I know we were talking about getting him on sometime this week. Wow, the Broncos waived Jonas Griffin, the inside linebacker. But yeah, Carter Bradley was released, you guys, but the Raiders have made it known that they want him to be on the practice squad. Yes, Byron Young-Mondo is still on the roster. And I believe that he's going to make the active roster. I don't think they're going to give up on him just yet. It's very quiet right now, Hub. But there's going to be a lot going on here very soon. Nomad, yes, CeeDee Lamb got that baggery, man. And Isaiah, this is something I'd sign Tim Patrick from the Broncos, but it's a major if. He has dealt with some major injuries, back-to-back years. When healthy, he's a big body option on the outside that can give you a ton of production. And, on this roster, he'd be that wide receiver 3. But that's a major if, Isaiah. And if he's healthy now, I don't know why the Broncos would allow him to move on. That was actually, if healthy, which is a major, major if. Keep an eye on the Commanders. Keep an eye on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Shit, man, Ayuk still hasn't signed with the Niners. Keep an eye on them to potentially bring in Tim Patrick. There's going to be a lot of options out there for him. Adrian, I think they've seen enough from Chris Smith in that last game. To be honest, I think that's pretty much what it is. He had a big game against the Niners, had 1 pick, nice return on that pick. Then he almost had another one in the end zone. He had a big game for us against the Niners. So I think that's the reason why we kept him over Grant. And then we're still trying to figure out where we are in terms of our guy, Trey Taylor also. Is he going to be on the IR? Like, what we're trying to figure out what's going on with him. Salute to TN08. Yeah, and Ray, I don't know if you see Marco, but he definitely put something up on Twitter kind of alluding to making the roster. So I don't know if it's true yet, but I'm hoping and praying that it works out because we riot if Amari Gainer doesn't make this roster. We riot. I mean, ITK, a lot of us wanted to keep Grant, especially with Tyree going down with the injury. Why wouldn't you? I mean, Grant looked good, and Chris Smith struggled his first year. He struggled in the first preseason game or two. I mean, until he really showed life in that Niners game, a lot of people wanted to keep Grant over Chris Smith. But now, once again, with Tyree, or I'm sorry, with Trey out, with Trey Taylor out, with the injury, that depth changes. It changes. You know what I'm saying? So, that's why I'm waiting to see what the move is with Trey Taylor. You know what I'm saying? But if Grant is gone, which they want to bring him back to the practice squad, I'm almost positive that Chris Smith is going to be that last safety to make this roster. Think they're going to lose Wu, Snowden, and Grant to waivers? We shall see. We shall see. We shall see. If I'm a betting man, Jekyll and Hyde, I'm thinking that Tyree he's given that. You're talking about Tyree Wilson. I was talking about Trey. I kind of put the names together. But if I'm a betting man, I'm assuming that we might start our guy Trey on the IR. Kind of redshirt him in his rookie season. TNOA. I liked Chris Smith a lot too, man. Former 6th-round pick out of Georgia. But he just didn't show enough. But against the Niners, he went out there and balled out. Gainer has to be a lock for the 53. Definitely. Hammer, I don't know where you've seen that at, brother, but it's not a for sure thing yet. But we're just talking about him kind of alluding to that on Twitter, saying he was blessed and that he potentially made the roster. But there's no it hasn't been said yet. There's no real evidence of him making the roster yet. Hey, Daniel, and if Ian Rappaport says it, it's true. Just saying. If Ian put it out there, it's real. Yeah, Raider Nation 609, definitely Bar A in Jersey. We're trying to put something together this season, early in the season. Nah, I'm good. Marco. I liked Caleb Farley a lot in college, but he hasn't shown me enough at the NFL level. I don't want to waste a roster spot on a young kid that hasn't done anything yet. I'd rather go get a proven veteran. We already have a young corner group. We already have a very young corner group. If you're going to go get anyone, bring in a proven leader, a proven veteran. Caleb hasn't done enough for me. Salute to Mark, my guy. Lauby definitely makes the roster, TN08. There's no way he doesn't. Yeah, he had a tough preseason, but he had a great training camp, great OTAs. There's no way our guy Dylan doesn't make this roster. And if he doesn't, I'll eat crow, and I'd be totally shocked. But he was the talk of the offseason. Everybody kept mentioning him. There's no way. We need to set the tone and show Harbaugh. LA is still Raider town. You think it would be 60% full? Oh, 60? Come on, Mark. Have you been out there before? But that's going to be a 90-10. It's going to be a 90-10, brother. And we still run LA regardless. If anything, we're not battling with the Chargers. We're battling with the Rams. You know what I mean? Like, we're battling with the Cowboys and Niners. We're not battling with the Chargers. That's a 90-10 type situation, but 95-5 to be real. So nah, we don't. I mean, definitely need to set the tone early, but it's a Raider town regardless. And yeah, 60-40, nah, bro, 95-5. Salute to John, man. Controversial question. See any way Adams is on the roster next year if we don't make the playoffs? No. I don't want to talk about Tay too much, John, and I appreciate you on the $5 holler. But No, not at all. Not at all. If we don't make the playoffs, I don't see in any way, shape, or form that we eat that contract. There's no way. Slow to my guy, John. Yeah, that's Chris. Easy, 90%. Easy. Me too, TNO8. A guy that already knows the system, been there for a few years, kind of off and on the practice squad. Definitely, if he's an option, you bring him back on a practice squad. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Almost 1,900 people rocking with me. Just waiting for the live updates, you guys. We kind of went over who's been cut up to this point. And once again, we will be live again in a few hours. We'll be live tonight for the AFC West Roundtable. So we will be active all day long, you guys. Salute to everybody here in the building. This would be the year to do it, Ryan. This would be the year to do it. You know, with Malcolm Kuntz in his contract year, trying to go out there and earn a major contract extension, with Wilkins coming in with that big deal, the best defensive tackle that Max has ever had on any roster he's played on. I'm talking about including at the collegiate level, NFL. I mean, this would be the best year to bet that. Now, TJ Watt always puts up a high number in that category. So you're still kind of playing with fire here. But I will tell you this. If you're going to do it any year, this is the year to do it. And I had Max somewhere along the lines of that between 17 to 20 this upcoming season because of how great that defensive line is. You bring Adam Butler back year 2 in Graham's system. You bring back John Jenkins, the veteran who looked really good for us at the nose tackle position, back this year. I just think that this defensive line is going to be phenomenal, and Max is going to get a lot of help this year. I definitely believe that this will be the year where Max could potentially lead the league in sacks. So, yes. I think he's the sure thing. I think he's a sure thing, Potbelly. I don't know how he can't make this roster. There's teams probably right now, you guys, that are sitting back hoping. Teams literally hoping, saying, we need a dynamic playmaker in special teams and potentially a guy that can give you some reps, in the backfield and at receiver. There is teams salivating right now waiting to see if this kid makes the roster. So I don't see in any world where Tyree McAllister can't make this roster at all. Like, we would be absolutely like, it'd be stupidity at its finest if this kid doesn't make this roster. You want to have playmakers. Getsy, first year in this system, you got a bunch of guys there, but you need guys that bring different skill sets to the table. This guy, you put the football in his hand, great things happen. And watch the Niners game, you seen what it was, right? He has to make this roster. Tupac, they cut Charles Snowden. Who do you have as our DE? At this point, it's going to be Max, Malcolm, Tyree, Janarius Robinson. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Everson Smith as well. Another guy that looked okay out there in preseason. Let me see. Definitely, AJ. Definitely. I think that is the first position that we're going to attack once the dust settles. Definitely. We have to add a corner or two, potentially 2, preferably 2. I would love to go get Adoree and Darnay Holmes. If that's what we're going to do, bring in Adoree Jackson and bring in Darnay Holmes for the Giants. He just cut. Bring those 2 guys in. Most people, DeMarcus didn't even know that the White Tiger was still in the league. It's crazy. Let me see. Getsy has yet to impress. I mean, ITK, you've yet to see his offense. I mean, look, bro, I'm with you, but we have yet to see his offense. I mean, how can he impress when it's just vanilla in preseason? Patience, brother. Salute to Adrian, man, my guy, man. I appreciate you for the kind words. Salute, King. Salute back to you, brother. Appreciate you on the $10 holla. As always, man, my guy. It's good to see you in here, brother. Yeah, he even calling plays for real. What are we doing here? We could. But I think they like what we have there. But I'm definitely monitoring young blood, some of these DTs that could potentially be cut and available here soon. We can always use another defensive tackle. But they may be leaving Nesta Jade. They may believe in Byron Young, who just had a sack his last preseason game. They may give Matthew Butler another shot, former 5th-round pick out of Tennessee, who had a sack against the Niners as well. Salute the Big T in the building, South Sac, Iraq in the building. Come on, man, home team, man. Salute to my brother Top Beats in the building as well, one of the Mob Fathers himself, my dog. Salute to my guy, man. Let me see. Yeah, we talked about that, OG. We definitely talked about it. For a 7th-round pick, it's going to be a good backup out there to Jordan Love. That's a great offense for him to learn in, and that was a good pickup for the Green Bay Packers. Y'all crazy, man. Once again, y'all, we went over the list, but we'll go over it again. I see a bunch of new names in the chat. We have cut today, and I believe we're somewhere along the lines of 25 to 27 left to cut. We have cut Carter Bradley. We have cut Charles Snowden. We have cut David Agoa, Sam Webb, Phelan Sanford, Nathan Peterman, Terrell Bynum, Marquand McCall, Will Governor, Noah Shannon, Ron Stone, TJ Franklin, and Rashad Williams. Those are the names that we have cut up to this point. And there's going to be a lot more coming down the pipeline here soon. So stay tuned. Yeah, Sam Webb was definitely cut. That was an interesting name for me. Damn, Eddie. Well, they have a deep wide receiver group, even without, Brandon Ayuk out there. But that's a name. Danny Gray, that's the kid that played at SMU, I believe. I was a big fan. Oh, and Jaden Grant was cut too, two-stock. My apologies. Forgot to mention him. Jaden Grant was cut as well. But the speedster out of SMU, even though we already kind of have those kind of players. We have the Turner. We have the Tucker. There's no real reason to bring in a guy like Danny Gray. But that's an interesting cut for them. Frank Gore Jr. was waived. Damn, he had like 18 carries for over 100 yards for Buffalo in that last preseason game. That's an interesting name. Charlie, you know what, man? I hate the Niners, but send him out there, man. That'd just be a perfect story, man. Go out there and play for his father's team. Yeah, 4 p.m. deadline. Caps. There's going to be a lot more names here soon, you guys. Stay tuned. Let me see. No. But I do have him on the practice squad, Alex. The young UDFA out of Maryland had a top 30 visit with us. I know that AP and company love him, but he has a lot to work on in his game. He'll be one of those cuts, and they'll hope that he lands on the practice squad. Renee, as much as you know I love Sincere McCormick, it's going to be a tough position to make this roster. Tough. I don't see him or Britton Brown making this roster. I have those 4 running backs, Lauby, Amir, Madison, and Zeus. Those are the guys that I see making this team at the running back position. Chris, it is believed, though, that they do want to bring him back on the practice squad. Former first-round pick, former Raider, kind of crazy. He just doesn't really have that skill set in today's football. He's not a coverage safety. I don't really see Abrams bounced around the league a lot already at this point. Seahawks, Raiders, Saints, but they do want to keep him on the practice squad. So something to monitor moving forward. I definitely believe they will keep him around. Yeah, Reed, crazy, man. Former first-round picks. It's nasty work. Let me see. Rick, definitely can happen here soon, or we will place him on the IR and sit him for the season or something. They might hit him with an IR designation. I know they love him a lot. I know they want that 6'3", 6'4" veteran corner, but he hasn't been out there yet. Ben, there's no way he makes it to the practice squad. He needs to be an active roster guy. There's no way. There's no way. He needs to be on the active 53. Come on, y'all. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up, man. If you're not subscribed as well, man, hit that subscribe button, man. We are almost to 26,000 subscribers, but we need to get them likes up. Wipe them feet, y'all. Bob Trey, definitely need to add one or two. Salute to my guy, John Forte, as well, becoming a member. My guy, Green Dot Gang is growing. Salute to my guy. If you guys want to become Green Dot Gang, hit the link pinned up top. Frank Gore Jr., you guys, I don't see how this works. You know what I mean? Like, our running back group is already deep. We're already going to have to cut the likes of potentially Sincere McCormick and Britton Brown. I don't know where you could bring in Frank Gore Jr. I know the name sounds good, the legacy. Now, I just don't see it happening for us. Salute to my guy, David Zahn, and Ira in the building. Salute to my guys, man. Always good to see my two brothers in the building, man. Salute to y'all. Definitely need to talk to you guys as well about bar anticipation. Thinking about week 3, Carolina Panthers, y'all. What's up? What's up? Thinking about it. Yeah, Labe's our guy. He's going to be all right. I want to see him out there with Colton Miller, with the starters out there. I want to see him with that starting O-line out there. I want to see, Devontae outside. I want to see the starters out there. That's when you can really see who Dylan Laube is. Talk. The future. Amari Gainer. Tano, I appreciate that, man. Appreciate you, brother. Real talk. And it was an honor to meet you and Zahn the last time we were out there, man. We had a ball. Let me see. Oh, yeah. If we cut him, he'll find a job quick. Ryan Rangel, man, there's such a thing, brother, and I'm not going to say nobody's name, but a lot of these guys buy views, they buy subscribers, they buy bots to comment in the comment sections. It's a known thing in the YouTube space. So, trust and believe, man. It's not real. It's not real. Multiple people do that. And actually, somebody put him on blast a while ago about that. So, but I'm gonna mind my business. Ain't got nothing to do with me. What's up, Big Mike? What's up, my brother? You trying to go? I got a credit right now. I had to cancel my flight to Vegas. I got a credit right now. I like that. S. Laube needed to get rocked. It's called Welcome to the NFL moment. He is good. He is too good not to be back. Factory. Let me see. Let me go on Twitter real quick, you guys, see if there's any updates on anything else. Not really too many players from other teams that I would be interested in, especially at positions of need. I still prefer some of the free agents that are available out there over the guys that are being cut. So there's not really too many names out there that I personally would be interested in bringing in right now. me see. One Nation Tyree is our new DT. You'll see him on the outside. You'll see him in the interior of that defensive line. You'll see him all over the place. Let's see. Phil, good to see you in here, brother, from across the pond. It looks like, Bruno, we're going to carry 2 and potentially put 1 on the practice squad, which should be Carter Bradley. The news already came out that we would love for him to be on the practice squad so we can keep developing him. So Nathan Peterman is probably gone, and Carter Bradley will be a guy to monitor moving forward to potentially be seated on the practice squad. Let me see. Yo, the frustrating part of being a Raiders fan is if God was on the board, we would take someone else. Ryan, that is a very, 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 very crazy hot take. But if it happens, hey, man, great. Homegrown talent drafted to the Raiders would be phenomenal. But I think Jack is too talented, man, to not be that corner one moving forward. But that would be interesting. That would be interesting. I think that the Dallas Cowboys potentially keep Trey Lance. Even though he threw 5 picks the other day in preseason, which were really, really ugly. I know they're not really too much sold on Cooper Rush. I know he played pretty well for them, won them a ton of games when Dak was hurt. But, man, Trey Lance is an athletic freak. And people don't realize Lance is still a lot younger than even some of these quarterbacks that are coming into the league now. And a lot of people also don't realize that he hasn't had a ton of reps at the collegiate level, at the NFL level. He didn't ask to be drafted, in the top 5, to the Niners. 3 picks, 3 first-round picks. There was a lot of pressure on him. He never really got an opportunity to get out there, make mistakes, clean those mistakes up. I wouldn't be against bringing in Trey Lance at all, me personally, but, it's not going to happen. Big Mike, for sure, brother. Yeah, Ryan. And to be honest, dog, if you can't make that roster at the wide receiver position, you're in trouble. Allen Robinson has not only lost a step, he's lost multiple. He's getting up there in age. Yeah, I don't want anything to do with an Allen Robinson. Well, I'm just saying, if they potentially move on from him, Intel, they could potentially move on from him. They can get a late round pick for him or something along those lines. So you never really know. But they'd be crazy to let go of him already when you don't have your backup option there. Like, they just paid CeeDee Lamb. I don't know how the hell they're going to pay, Dak and company. They're trying to figure this out. In a perfect world, they would love for Dak to just play out this season, and then they can, review where he is and potentially pay him or move on from him. But until that contract is done, they'd be crazy to move on from Trey. Yeah, that's that. Fast grab. It's hard to see how these guys seem to go under the radar at quarterback, and we don't grab them like Lance or Dobbs. Mark, I do believe that he'll be a practice squad guy. You're going to hear him getting cut, but then you're going to hear potentially us bringing him back. So do not be alarmed when you get the alert that we moved on from Ramel Keaton, because we'll probably bring him back to the practice squad. He did have a major drive for us against the Niners, has some big catches late in that game that showed us some things. So I do believe that he'll potentially be a guy that we'll put on the practice squad and kind of develop. Zulu, I am. That's why I refuse. I hate to do it. I hate people keep bringing up Devontae Adams. It just is what it is. Like, as sad as it is, man, I love Devontae Adams. He's one of my favorite players, not only as a Raider, but in the league. But if this just keeps happening, I just feel like just move on. You know what I mean? Especially with those next few years on this deal, it's just like I'm sick of talking about Davante Adams. I just want to talk about how productive he was week in and week out. That's why I can't wait till regular football season comes around, because he's going to go out there and cook. That's what I want to. I want to talk about Davante Adams' production. I don't want to talk about his location. Production, not location. I'm sick of it. I'm absolutely sick of it. But once again, when you're one of the better players in the league, people use those guys for clicks. And Davante knows that. He's come out and literally said he wants to be a Raider multiple times. Whether you're former players trying to create podcasts or your guys on YouTube just trying to create clicks, it's easy to use one of the biggest names in the NFL to do so. I said it the other day, and this is how I'm going to end it. Until I hear him say, I do not want to be a Raider anymore, I'm not buying any of the bullshit. I'm just waiting for week 1 to watch him go out there and cook against the Chargers. Simple and plain. Let me see. Papa T, it's not us. It's the national media. It's the national media. And then there's guys that call themselves Raider fans who aren't Raider fans, who are just shock value guys that put out videos about Tay and you know, he'll be elsewhere and so on and so forth. It's not us. It's definitely not us. It's guys that create stupid shit and throw it out there. Just is what it is. Oh, okay, now I got you, Papa T. Yeah, Taino. Facts. When week 1 happens and Gardner Minshew finds Davante Adams for a touchdown or 2, the national media can eat crow. Eat shit. Let's see. Yeah, Peyton, this is facts. Let me see. Thinking about it, Mark. I'm definitely thinking about that Baltimore game. Because I was thinking about going to Indiana that weekend, Saturday, to go watch my Notre Dame Fighting Irish face the Purdue Boilermakers Stu's team, and then head out to Baltimore the following day to go watch the game. So I'm still trying to figure out if I'm going to do this. Yeah, it's at 58 minutes until the deadline. I only got 30 more minutes on my end because I got to go pick up my sons. But if anything does happen during that time, which it will, because we got to get down to that 53, I'll be back, you guys, shortly after. So, but I got about 30 more minutes. Let me see. DPH, definitely. I'll be home soon. Shit, I got to get out there and hit the DMV. So I'll be home probably the next few weeks, actually. Salute to my guy, DB, as always, man. To all them Raider haters, keep my wide receiver's name out your mouth. Salute to my guy, DB, man. Salute. Let me look real quick. I'm going to see if this list has updated yet, you guys. This is thus far. We went over this a few times. David Agoa, Jaden Grant, Carter Bradley, Charles Snowden, Sam Webb, Phelan Sanford, Nathan Peterman, Terrell Bynum, Marquand McCall, Wu Governor, Noah Shannon, Ron Stone, TJ Franklin, Rashad Williams. Those are the cuts thus far, you guys. Some interesting names starting to hit as well. D. Eskridge, wide receiver from Seattle, released. Frank Gore Jr., Jordan Schultz put that out there. The Bills released him. Let me see who else. Jonathan Abram, cut. Looks like they're trying to bring him back, though. Siaki Ika, defensive tackle from the Cleveland Browns. We talked about him a lot. Another potential nose tackle that we can take a look at to back up John Jenkins. And he's really young, you guys. The second year of his career. Let's see. Facts. Talk that talk. He's doing great. He actually has practice today. I'm not going to be able to make it because I got to work. You know what I'm saying? But he's been doing really good. Starting wide receiver, starting safety for his team. Yes, Carter Bradley was cut, and the Raiders are looking to add him to the practice squad. John, from what I'm hearing from multiple sources, is that he's going to make that 53-man roster for the Cleveland Browns. So they may be fielding calls on Jameson Winston and Tyler Huntley. Let me see. Facts, Top. A lot of people haven't watched Minshew's tape at Washington State. McAllister earned a spot. This is facts. Let me see. Talk that talk, Chris. But at what point, I mean, what are you doing with that if that happens? Because Aiden is already your quarterback 2. Minshew is your quarterback 1. I don't see it anywhere we're going to carry 3, Big Mike. So I just, at that point, if you bring in Winston, you're pretty much giving up on Aiden O'Connell. I don't see it happening. Salute to Jose. Graphk, what would you think of bringing it? Nope. I said it early on in the show, and I said it a few times. Jose, salute to you for pulling up. No on Caleb Farley. If you're going to go get a guy, go get a proven guy. Go get a guy, once again, that knows the system and is already familiar with what we got going on. This late in the game, 2 weeks away from real football, you want to bring in a guy that knows what Patrick Graham, his playbook looks like. Just keep it simple. You know what I mean? Like, go get a Dory Jackson. Go get one of those type of guys like the Xavier Howards of the world, someone that you already are very familiar with that you know can come in and play for you from day one. You know what I mean? I don't want to bring in these guys that have to learn in the next 2 weeks because Graham's system is not that easy to get. They call him the Black Picasso for a reason. He's going to give you these 4-3-3-4, 4-2-5, all kind of different looks. You got to have these guys that already know what Patrick Graham expects out of these guys. That's why I'm saying, like, I don't want to bring in guys that don't already know what's expected of them. Yeah, and Q, we talked about him a lot, was Darnay Holmes, a guy that, and also he's familiar with Antonio Pierce. I believe he coached him in high school or something like that, or something like that. They have a connection there as well. That was a guy, Roland, I liked a lot out of Ohio State. Interesting. Hasn't really done anything at the NFL level, but I liked him a lot at Ohio State. Yeah, Big Mike is stupid, bro. I hate that, dog. I'm not a fan of Ewers, bro. I live in Texas. I don't know what all the hype is around him. I just do not. I'm not that big of a fan of Quinn Ewers. Yeah, I think it'd be a cool pickup. I wouldn't say great, but it'd be a good pickup. George High Stakes Halani. Where Rube at, man? Salute, Dave. I appreciate you, brother. Definitely, if I'm out there, man, I definitely want to rock with you, bro. I'll definitely keep you posted. Let me see. Will, we're still waiting to see Amari Gainer, but from what I'm seeing, it looks like he will make the active the active roster. There you go, Dana. And Dana knows what she's talking about. You was outplayed by Archie Manning in the spring game. Talk that talk, Dana. Oh, top. I like Jackson Dart. That's definitely an option for us. Salute to my brother LV Maximus in the building as well. One of the other mob fathers in the building. You guys, there's about 45 minutes, I believe, until the deadline. So stay tuned. Going to be some interesting names here dropping shortly. I got to get out of here in about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Broski, I like that. Where are they now from your original draft list? I like that. We might have to do that, brother. I don't see that, Bully. I don't. I think he'll be the backup to Caleb Williams out there. I know that Gessie's familiar with him. Last year played fairly well for him. But no, I don't see that. I don't see us bringing in the former UDFA with the Chicago Bears. There's no reason to when you already have your two guys on the roster. The quarterback position, you guys, is pretty much finished. I don't see us moving anything to go get another quarterback. I don't see us waiting for a potential cut from another team. I think this is Minshew and Aiden show. Simple and plain. I don't think there's any real reason to talk about bringing in any other quarterbacks. Still to my guys on. Ryan, I believe it's 16, 17. It was initially 10, then COVID hit, and they needed to add an additional. They added an additional 6, and then they added the one with the international player as well, which turned into 17, I believe. So I think it's 17. But David Agoa was cut today, Ryan. So I don't know if we bring him back on the practice squad, which we may, but I believe it's 16, 17. MG's because it's not done yet. There's still another 45 minutes. So that's the reason why. Let's see. 80s baby, my dog in the building, man. Good to see you, brother. 1,900 people still rocking. When we wipe them feet, y'all, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. Big T is going to be probably Carter Bradley. They've already put it out there into the universe that they want to bring him back to the practice squad. So that's a name to keep an eye on moving forward. It probably will be Carter Bradley. And there hasn't been any updates, you guys. They're they're keeping this tight knit right now. We have cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We've cut 14 players thus far. Let me see. Rashawn, we have not added another corner. Yeah, and he looked good in preseason. That would be an interesting name to keep an eye on. I don't know what Dallas was thinking, man. Dallas has had a weird offseason, man. A very, very weird offseason. But that would be an interesting name to look at. He had a really good preseason. I know for sure they would like to bring him back to their practice squad. Yeah, he's definitely going to be picked up way before 13. Way before. No booger, nose ring. Salute to LV Maximus. Eagles cut Paris Campbell. They have a deep wide receiving group. They have a deep wide receiving core. So they just traded for Jahan Dotson. There's no real need for Paris Campbell at that point. They have a very, very deep wide receiving group out there in Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts has no reason to not be successful this year with all those guys. Josh can definitely be making calls right now. Tom Telesco and company are definitely working the phones trying to see what they got going on right now. Salute to everybody still rocking. Once again, you guys, 45 minutes and the deadline is there. So you're going to start seeing a lot of names back to back to back to back. Big T, I love Elijah Mitchell. Love his game. He's dealt with durability issues. Look good in spurts with the Niners. If he became available, I'm going to be real with you, man. That would be a guy that I would definitely take a look at, even though our running back group is pretty deep. That is a player that I'm very high on. But he's been hurt year in and year out for the Niners. He was cut from Cleveland, DeMarcus. But yes, he was cut from Cleveland. That's definitely a name to keep an eye on if we want to add some additional depth at the nose tackle position. Let's just say Nesta J doesn't make the roster. They may say, you know what, let's go add some additional depth because Marquand McCall has been cut. He may be the guy. Paper Chase, I don't think so. I think that is Mumford's job all season long. DeMarcus, it's all good, my brother. As we wait, you guys, don't go anywhere. Just paying some bills. Stay tuned.
Michael Vick at BetUS.com. Catch an incredible 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits, plus 10% gambler's insurance. BetUS, my online sportsbook and casino.
Once again, salute to our proud sponsor. This live stream is powered by BetUS. If you guys want to, head over there. The link will be in the description and it will be pinned in the comments section. Head over to BetUS. Use my unique link that is in the description and in the chat. And make sure you head over there and get a 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits for up to $2,000 and the fastest payouts in the industry. Make sure you head over there and tell them Graphk Raiders sent you, man. Salute once again to our proud sponsor, BetUS. Manny, I don't think so. I don't think that was the reason why I think that they're being cautious with him. You know what I mean? It's not that hit didn't take him out of that game. They're playing it safe. This is a guy that they have big plans for moving forward, man. So I don't think durability is a concern for Dylan Lowry. Yeah, he took a hit. The guy's played football his entire life. You know what I mean? He played at New Hampshire. The talent level is totally different out there compared to the NFL. So, yeah, man, he's going to have to get out there and take his bumps and bruises. But I'll tell you one thing, man, that hit did not affect Antonio Pierce's outlook or Tom Telesco's outlook on him. I think that they still expect this kid to be a pivotal part of this offense moving forward. Now, if they move on from him, then I'm totally wrong. But I just have this nagging suspicion that after all the noise he made during training camp and at OTAs, that they're not willing to give up on him just yet. Yeah, Joseph, and he was still on the sideline, looked fine, and was still out there on special teams. Facts. Facts, man. Salute to my guys and another proud sponsor of the show, man, Woodson Whiskey. Go to woodsonwhiskey.com. Go get you a bottle of that goat whiskey, man, and tell them I sent you. Hey, man. Hey, Big T, it happens. It's football, man. Everybody gets their shit rocked. I've seen Derrick Henry get cooked. You know what I'm saying? I've seen just some of the best players in the world, you know what I'm saying? Like get absolutely ran over. It's part of the game. Rod Gas, what's good, brother? Yeah, Reap, I didn't even know that Martavius Bryant was still in the league. Salute to my guy, Mitch Lamelli. Shout out from OC, Cali Graphk. Just win, baby. Salute to my dog on the $2 special, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Salute to Orange County. Yeah, bro. There you go. People remember that play, right? That goal line, smack. It happens. It happens, man. Bo pushed that man into a whole nother area code. Oh, yeah, Kenny. We're going to see a lot of this stuff will be coming out later. That's why we'll be live all day long. You know what I mean? There's going to be some moving parts to this. A lot of it will be released a little later on. But it's a different regime, Kenny Ken. So we don't know how these guys are going to go about their business. You know what I mean? AP, Tom Telesco, all these guys, it's a new regime. Reese Rock, my brother, man, I appreciate you, man. I like that, man. Salute to my guy, Augie. Shout out from the Bay Area, Graphk. Out here mowing lawns and got my headphones listening to this fire-ass content. Salute to my guy, man. Yeah, Joseph. Could be different. It's a whole new regime. Dark side, man. Pittsburgh has definitely scammed us in the wide receiver department. I actually think Gio, he's going to be a blessing in disguise this year. I do. I'm one of the few people that I'm not going to say I'm very high, but I'm high on Alex Madison, man. I trust the veteran to be that number 2 guy. He looked good in Minnesota as the number 2 guy. He struggled as the number 1 guy. He won't be the number 1 guy. Zeus is our guy. But I'm actually happy about him coming over in free agency and being our number 2. And he only fumbled, I believe, twice last year, Gio. It's like 2-3 times. So I'm not going to get, flustered by that. All right, let me see. Is there any updates, you guys, on this? Nope. Still nothing of value yet in terms of cuts. Let me see. Yeah, nothing. Salute to George Hubbard. Facts, man. Bo Jackson. There you go, Reese. Facts. I got you, brother. I got you. We're going to have some fun tonight. Justin Gonzalez, man. Appreciate you as well, brother. We're going to have some fun tonight, man. Chargers just got rid of Alex Leatherwood. Denver's talking about potentially trading Tim Patrick. Kadarius Toney was cut. We're going to have some fun tonight on the AFC West Roundtable, baby. I am going to be talking my shit. KC made another trade? I didn't see it. Did they? Cowboys to send tight end Peyton Hendershot to the Chiefs for a late round conditional pick. So that's the move right there. Cowboys send tight end Peyton Hendershot to the Chiefs for a late round conditional pick. Joseph, I already know, bro. I love it. Yeah, that was a good pickup. A good pickup for Tennessee. Facts. I got you, Jenny. Coming up on 2 hours, you guys. I would hate to leave with 1,900 people still in the building. But we will be back here in like another hour or so, a few hours. We'll definitely be covering all the cuts around the league. The deadline, you guys, is about 35 more minutes. So we should start seeing a lot more names flying off these rosters, a lot of people getting cut. And there's going to be a lot of interesting names as well. But and understand, there's going to be a few players here shortly, man, that get cut from our team where some people may be shocked. It happens year in and year out. We have a ton of depth this year, ton of depth. And when you have that, good players get cut. So do not be shocked if a few of these players you may have fell in love with are no longer on this team. Remember that we still have to put together our practice squad and things happen. You know what I mean? So stay tuned for that. Once again, man, this live stream was powered by BetUS. Salute to BetUS. Make sure you guys go over there. The link is in the description and in the comments section. It will be pinned. Head over there, get 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits. for up to $2,000. Fastest payouts in the industry. Go over there, man. Tell them I sent you. We'll be back very soon, y'all. Stay tuned. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Got to go get my sons. I'm out. One.
That's what I'm talking about.